Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Another video for you. So, yes, I've been busy the past week getting this content out because I can't make this stuff up. Ain't trying to make it up. Wouldn't know how to make it up. But let's talk about the hypocrisy of the BAW. Yes, that would be the Black American woman. All right. Let's also and not only the hypocrisy of the Black American woman, but the desire to place blame always on the good Afro men, while still wanting his assistance and wanting him to come stand behind them for their issues. And what is beyond a bunch of Afro men is when we say F you, we don't support you in anything you do anymore, because we've learned that to help you is to destroy ourselves. Self-preservation. See, not this self-H8. We have self-preservation. And it isn't that we're preserving ourselves for ourselves, because you got a lot of men just don't want to live in, not only not live around the Black woman or the women in the United States in general, but they don't want to live in any world with these women in it. That's how pathetic, wicked, and evil men are coming to understand the women. And they have no real power. They're backed by the power of the state that is using them to destroy men. Why? Because if you just have women, you and just the heads of the state, you can produce your own slave labor from out of those women, because they will give their sons up. They will give their sons up willingly for their vanity and greed. All right. Remember, the woman that slammed her child down, male child, spiked him like a football because her neighbor wouldn't give her some beer. All right. Remember how nasty they are. That they know that somebody will put a seed in them, even though their little child is telling them, "Mommy, you stink. Mommy, you stink." And then she still posts a twerking video and put it on the internet. All right, this is beyond pathetic. All right, and this is why men are becoming apathetic and don't want anything to do with a woman. Period. Not in the United States. There's a mass exodus, and Black women ain't paying attention. Caucasian women ain't paying attention. All right, but if nothing illustrates this point more than anything, it's a Facebook comment by a weaved-wearing, non-thinking Black woman, and we're going to get into that. And we're going to show you some things. Pay attention to a clip from one of R. Kelly's concerts. You'll see that in a minute, but you'll see the Facebook comments first, and then we're going to just rip everything that woman had to say to shreds. And we're going to watch in this video how Black women are ripping the Me Too Black women to shreds, while they tear each other to shreds in their support of R. Kelly. Oh, did I say that? Yes. Because for the Black women on Facebook talking about getting mad at the men for supporting R. Kelly, thinking that R. Kelly's fans are men, this is going to expose them and show them that his fans really are Black women. So, let me greet everybody. Havorten Hardugu Dog. Ola oi to the bang, vasas los, bonjour mes amis, kedo bawani konnichiwa, ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jumbo habarigani, assalamu alaikum and shalom. This link, you got to see this concert footage. It's on Facebook. Can't put it on YouTube. All right. So y'all know how to look in the description box right below my PayPal me link to help out the channel and what it does for the community. All right. So y'all need to see it. All right. So here we go. Here's the thing that started it all. This black woman on Facebook, Tony Bay. We know that's not a real name. Where are all the R. Kelly cheerleaders at? Or where are all the R. Kelly cheerleaders at? Right? I know most of you men here defending this BSH. Come on, I want to hear what you guys, and then she goes on to have to say. All right, this is how foolish this woman looks. This is really how foolish this woman looked. If it was dependent on men, R. Kelly wouldn't be in the news. R. Kelly wouldn't have no record sales. R. Kelly wouldn't be crap. If his music depended on men, if his notoriety and fame depended on men, he might be big as a producer, but R. Kelly himself, he wouldn't have no life. Men don't listen to his music. All right. Where this woman is foolish is, and men have pointed out the error of her comments, but watch how she twists and deflect. Right? Not realizing that the people she's trying to deflect off are the very people that she asked to comment. Think about this, right? So let's look at the comment base, and we are going to start from, as you're looking at it, left to, hold on. All right, right to left. Okay. No, okay, yeah. So basically, this, it might have Armistead, Masala Armistead pointed out the obvious. Okay, R. Kelly fan base. All right, so we're starting at the right. R. Kelly fan base has been prominently black women for the past 25 years. You know, the same group of women who came out in droves to defend him during his trial. Outside of that, his banging of groupies over the age of 18 and parents selling their daughters out for fame is nothing new. Why are we acting so brand new on something very old and public as if it was a secret? All right. Now, we're going to prove this point to be right about his fan base and his defenders. All right. Not only are we going to prove this right, but the black women who tried to incarcerate us, exterminate us through abortion, falsely put us in prison over false rape, molestation, and all the rest of that stuff, said that they're not going to produce children, families in a community with good men, give them the thugs and stuff like that. We're going to prove how they're crying for us to come back and help them resolve this issue, when I'm saying to myself, there's no issue. This has nothing to do with me. The black woman is not a part of my community. They didn't want me in their community. All these instruments I had to teach Afro children how to play and stuff like that, they didn't want dudes like me in the community that would tell the truth as to what's going on. They wanted to keep up their foolishness, all their wickedness. And they don't like dudes that tell the truth and point that out. Oh, that would be called men who follow Yah, men who know how to judge these women. Okay, so Jermaine Jackson came in, not the singer. He says, well, I'd be surprised if this was the singer. Who knows? But there's an increase of his music bumping on Spotify since the documentary aired. And most of his fan base are black women, as with any R&B singer. Right, because men listen to hip-hop or alternative type music, or music that has musicians. All right. So Jermaine Jackson continues, so miss me with your comment. All right, so, or he might have said BS. All right, so he comes back in, and he says there is an increased music on Spotify. Oh, okay, here's the whole thing. There's an increased music on Spotify since the documentary, and most of his aired, and most of his fan base are black women, as with any R&B singing. So miss me with your nonsense. It was black women that enabled their kids, he said, to screw R. Kelly. But are you calling them out? No. So include your fellow black women in the pedophile category, or STFU. Exclamation point. All right. Now, so you get this other foolish woman, Christian Daniel, probably not her real name. They're in hiding, but they're still victimizing young girls and women. Victimizing young girls and women. All right. And so, wait a minute. That don't even make sense, right? They don't want to be outed or speak because they done some questionable things themselves. Right. And the only person that's probably done some questionable things, because this is how her mind works, is this Christian Daniel. Right. And keep in mind, a lot of us dudes don't follow R. Kelly. So we're not saying anything because really black men don't, Afro men, let's say the black men and Afro men and thugs do not know what's going on with R. Kelly. That's why we're not saying anything. I'm saying something now because I'm showing you how wicked and evil these women are. All right. It's their wickedness that's caused this. And they're still looking for a way to blame men that have nothing to do with R. Kelly. Black men have nothing to do with R. Kelly. Afro men definitely has nothing to do with R. Kelly. R. Kelly's fan base is black women. And the thugs that buy his music to get with black women. Period. All right. Now, here we go. So what happened was, now you got this Jordan Downs, look at you calling him out to start trouble. All right. But no trouble was started. Again, the black men come in and point out facts. Even the documentary showed groups of black women defending him at his trial, in which he pulled another young B from the crowd. All right. And then this Christian, ridiculous, foolish, wicked Daniel, she's speaking of the men in this group specifically, not realizing that the comment is coming from the men specifically in the group. All right. And she said, now understand how stupid this argument is. Understand this stupidity right here. Not everywhere else. Stop picking certain words to focus on. The dude is not picking a certain word to focus on. He is picking the entire action of what's actually happened. He has shown, he said the documentary, the entire documentary, not certain words. He didn't pick out a single word. He said the entire documentary showed that the groups, it's groups of black women that's defending him. All right, understand this. Okay, and this is why the black women are not worth being called ladies, women, or anything. The B word that they're using is ever becoming so more appropriate, because it's hard to find a black woman that will stick with righteous men and admit that righteous men are being righteous in what they're saying. No, anytime the media point out somebody that they want to attack that's a black man, the women want the black men to attack that man behind him, when R. Kelly specifically, and any man accused of these kind of crimes, are fully supported by women. The women willingly, without a gun to their head, made a choice, right? And we're going to show you some more hypocrisy with this whole Caucasian system and how evil and wicked this court system is, how wicked the laws are, and everything. All right, just how wicked the whole system is in the United States. All right, so basically, wipe my nose.
Wipe his head, baby. Wipe his head.
Now wipe my tongue. Keep wiping me. Keep wiping me. Keep wiping me. Keep wiping me. Keep wiping. Keep wiping. Keep wiping. Keep wiping. Okay, let me pause right here. All right, now, when you see the video, I'll post it in the description box below my, it'll be my PayPal me, then my email, then this will be the first link, because there will be other links under there to all the news clips that you'll see in this video. Okay? But what do you think they're wiping now? These are groups of black women. All right? His fan base is nothing but black women. Now, you see a black woman even got carried away and tried to take it home with them. Whatever the it was. All right. And this is a recent concert. All right. So again, you have his fan base and either a simp or a thug that know they're going to get some off the woman they just took there, because you take these women, these thirsty women that love R. Kelly, and there is a bunch of them, to these concerts. These dudes know they hitting when they get home. They know it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only buts will be in the bedroom when the lights are off. All right, so let's get into this. All right. In the news article, black women have been speaking up about R. Kelly for years. Where are the men? All right. This is the WashingtonPost.com. These women want to know where the men are. You know, the ones that are not his fans, the ones that don't know what's going on. Oh, there's another reason the men don't know what's going on. The black woman decided to rip the children from the men, from the fathers, and said, we are going to raise them. The only thing you need to give us is your money. We're going to raise them. We're going to ruin them. We're going to spoil them. And we're even going to mix up whether or not they are genders or not. And as the news article I put out in another video pointed out, we'll start that process at 4. So if the Caucasian people think it's okay to figure out, now they're writing a law for children to be able to decide, to children, not their parents, to decide what gender they're going to be at 4. So you have a female that's gone past puberty, and they're being run by their mom, and that female want to get with R. Kelly. They're making that decision, and the mom is doing it for money. All right, you get to decide anything else you want to do, so long as it's within the Caucasian people made laws to do any wicked thing, so long as it gave the Caucasian only the freedom to do it. Like, understand this. All right. And now you have women wanting us, the Afro men, to come out and start marching with them. No, F you. We need to leave them alone. They created this mess. They're not going to be able to fix it. But they created this mess. They created this society. Let them live in it all by themselves. The black woman, after the treasonous acts they have done to good men, they're worthless. And now they are now looking at the product of their wicked decisions. All right. Now, another from rollout.com. So that's Washington Post. This black woman wonder where the black men are. All right. And the black women have not been speaking up about R. Kelly for years. They've been supporting him for years and donating their daughters to him for years. All right. Many black women defend R. Kelly. Surprise. Many black women defend R. Kelly. That's the title of the other article. We're going to delve into this one. All right. Rollout.com. Despite overwhelming and damning circumstantial evidence to suggest that legendary R&B singer R. Kelly engaged in an uninterrupted pattern of gross sexual improprieties and even statutory rape, if you include the alleged sexing down of the late singer Aaliyah when she was just a teen. Well, and they need to stop that. Because if black women could get with 14 and 15-year-olds, have a baby, and still get child support and all of this, they need to shut up until the laws are fair and balanced, as they say, where the black woman gets just as harsh of a punishment and no child support for the next 18 years from that 14 and 15-year-old. See, understand this. They're getting child support. Remember, I keep pointing out that this black woman had 3 children from a dude starting at 15. When he turned 20, about to go on 21, he couldn't make he couldn't make ends meet because he was paying her, a manager in McDonald's in California, child support, and they was taking most of his check, and he literally couldn't eat on what he was making. So he went and, terminated her. And the judge asked him as he was sentencing him, I don't understand why you did this. He told you he couldn't eat. This woman manipulated him, used him at 15. The state was taking his money, and he understood that for him, the rest of his life, his money was going to be taken, and he understood that he was not going to be able to survive. He was going to end up in jail anyway. So he figured she didn't need to be rewarded for statutory raping him at 15. But there's no law against it when a woman do it and create children that she know a 15-year-old can't take care of. Had him watching his 3 and her other 4. And then she leaves him to nothing, paying child support. He showed the receipts. He showed the money that was taken out. All that was on there, right? And now, in these articles, when it's R. Kelly, well, you know, it has to be the same laws all the way across. If you include allegedly sexting down the late singer Aaliyah, when she was just a teen, for the past 3 decades, there are many black women who are coming to the defense of the prolific songwriter and producer. All right, I want you to understand that the difference between R. Kelly and the woman I just explained, these women are getting paid by him. All of them are. All right. Now he goes on to say, and these black women come armed and ready to defend their position. The black establishment has already maligned and vilified Robert Kelly for alleged unsavory behavior. His critics says date back to nearly 1990. Activist Tarana Burke, the Me Too movement founder, all right, she's not an activist, right? She is a destroyer of black men. All right, has helped gather up widespread support from other women of color to publicly renounce R. Kelly. Right? Well, the women of color are going to have a war with women of color. While legendary radio jock Tom Joyner has pledged he will no longer play his music nor invite him to the Tom Joyner Morning Show to conduct interviews. As the backlash becomes so substantial that is greatly impacting Kelly's reputation and pockets, Kelly came firing back on Instagram, denying he's a serial sex predator, saying he does not have a sex cult, and revealing that his brand is being irreparably damaged. All right, now his supportive base and his and is larger than some would admit or realize, are also swinging at the critics and investigators who are eager to shut R. Kelly down. Here's a sampling of the support on Twitter. And so I posted it. Here's some of the sampling. You are a gift, one whom God has smiled on. Keep trusting and believing because Mother Joan is watching over you. Your real fans will forever support and love you. Understand this. Guess who don't have fans? Not no black woman. I don't. As a matter of fact, I have enemies. They'll come and try to shut me down for exposing this, caring about children, doing stuff to help children in my community. They even shut my channel down when I was trying to put them back into college, when they had holes on their college, when they needed rent and stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. But none of them, not a single one of them was ever my fan because they didn't like that I told the spiritual truth about the wickedness that they were doing. All right. Of course, you're a legend, very talented. They trying to bring you down. All right. I'm coming from Detroit, Miami, to see R. Kelly next week. Please do not crumble under the pressure and cancel this concert. We love you, R. Kelly. These are all black women. All right. This man is not guilty because he never forced anyone to him. All right. For the one in the back who can't hear me, loyal, big letters. Okay, now this one makes a lot of sense right here. How are we turning a movement about primarily white men sexually assaulting women into a black man hate campaign? And that's what Me Too is. It's a black man hate campaign. Okay, that was made up by a black woman. And how do we know that? Hold on. She goes, white supremacy is literally trying to link sexual assault with black men with the help of black women. Understand this. Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, but no white man has been prosecuted. That's deep. No white men have been prosecuted. That's something to think about right there. Let's get those thumbs up. To donate, my PayPal me link will be in the description box. Like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click that bell. All right? And for all these wicked women trying to put Afro men away, or want us to come to the aid when they feel something is wrong, when we're not the one raising these children, we're not the one making these decisions, to let them go with dudes that we would think is suspect. No man would let his daughter go over R. Kelly's house. But then we wouldn't falsely accuse anybody of anything either, generally speaking. Black women generally falsely accuse Afro men all the time. Think about that. That's why they, the simps, the system, should hit that wall. Oh, the Most High's judgment has come. I'm out.